Was good, Washington fans? Big game on Sunday, man. Before we get started, I just want to shout out to my guy on the Warpath. Make sure you guys sub him up, man. Had to wear the shirt today. Looking nice, looking fresh. You already know what it is. Um, Make sure you guys subscribe to Locked On Wizards. You know, you guys are looking for Washington Wizards content, man. That's where I do Washington Wizards content now on Locked On Wizards. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The link is down below. Like I said, on the Warpath is my guy. He's one of my Elite Channel members too. We should be doing a stream on Tuesday night. So stay tuned for that. My voice is a little messed up right now. I was a little under the weather this week, but my voice is coming back. So let's get to this preview, man. Like you guys already know, we're gonna do injury report, key matchups, storylines, and then get to the prediction and preview, keys to victory. You guys already know how the previews go. So, storyline, we already know what's gonna happen. It's a Carolina Panther reunion. Ron Rivera, Cam Newton. We got 31 guys on the staff and front office from the Carolina Panthers. We are the Washington Panthers, as we say it all the time. We are the Washington Panthers. Ron Rivera kind of threw a little bit of shade at Cam Newton, if you will. Somebody asked him about the move, Carolina Panthers signing Cam Newton, and he was like, it was a bold move looking at the talent that the Carolina Panthers already have, when the talent that they have a quarterback or talent is Samuel Darnold, who's on injured reserve, who's been awful this year, and then PJ Walker, who I do like, the XFL quarterback, but he throws a lot of interceptions in the red zone. And when he did play against the Giants, he threw like 3 picks. Now, he had a good game against the Cardinals. A lot of that was from the run game. Christian McCaffrey, Cam Newton had a good running game. PJ Walker ran the ball a couple times too. So PJ Walker as an actual throwing quarterback is definitely not the answer, even though I do like PJ Walker. So like I said, back to Ron Rivera's answer, that kind of was a weird answer. You know, I don't know if there's any animosity. I'm not going to speculate or anything like that, but you know, so we already know. We can go on and on about the guys who are here from the Panthers. Curtis Samuel on the team hasn't even played a full game yet. Who else? Taylor Heineke, Carolina Panthers. Kyle Allen, Carolina Panthers. I want to say Jordan Kushnewski, Corin Elder, Jared Norris, Tamarick Hemingway, who was just brought back from the Carolina Panthers. I mean, so many guys, even last year, so many guys that we signed or, signed from the Carolina Panthers. Just so many guys. I can go on and on and on. The coaching staff and the players. So this will be a reunion in Carolina. We already know about that. So let's get to the injury report real quick. You already know we got a lot of guys banged up. We do have some guys that I think will be coming back, though. So Danny Johnson, wrist injury, is a full participant. Curtis Samuel did not practice, so we already know he's not going to play. I don't know if he's going to play in the whole season, to be honest with you. Sadiq Charles did not practice. I want to say, he had an illness. So we'll see if he's a participant in the game. Doesn't really matter. No disrespect to Sadiq Charles, but it's really not like he's going to play or not, to be honest. He was limited in practice. Sam Cosmi, ankle limited. Kendall Fuller, knee limited. He most likely is going to play. Tino Gibson with a shin injury. We know he's going to play. Brandon Sheriff is going to play. Ben St. Juice, concussion, limited. We'll see if he plays. That's going to be a big help if he can play. A big help. Ricky Seals-Jones, hip, did not practice. So I don't really think Ricky Seals-Jones is going to play. So John Bates is going to have to step up. Sammy's Reyes is going to get some playing time. He's going to have to step up. You know, I'm not expecting him to go out there and get 3 catches, but he's going to have to step up and then, block and provide some good snaps for the Washington football team. That's it on our side. Logan Thomas, don't think he's going to play. He's still on injured reserve. He was on the side of the field, of course, as was Montez Sweat with a jaw injury. We already know he's out for like 4 to 6 weeks. On the Panthers side, they don't have a lot of guys on their injury list, but they do have some guys on injury reserve. They have a lot of offensive linemen that are banged up. On their injury report is Marquise Haynes, defensive end, did not practice with a foot injury. Frankie Levu had a shoulder injury, was limited in practice. Their linebacker, Rashawn Melvin, hand injury, full participant. Their cornerback and a cornerback named Stanley Thomas Oliver with a toe injury, full participant. So that's the injury report. Like I said, I mean, most of our guys are coming back that we know are going to play. Guys like Curtis Samuel, guys that we know are not going to play, they're on the sidelines, guys like that. So key matchups, in my opinion, Christian McCaffrey, our linebackers, Jamin Davis versus Christian McCaffrey, Cole Holcomb versus Christian McCaffrey, Landon Collins, Cameron Curl, whoever's going to be guarding that man or shadowing that man. It's going to be a tough matchup, and our linebackers got to step up. D-line's got to step up, and our linebackers got to step up, man. And then the cornerbacks versus wide receivers. Kendall Fuller versus DJ Moore. William Jackson versus DJ Moore. Their number one wide receiver, DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson is a legitimate wide receiver as well. Kendall Fuller versus Robbie Anderson or Ben St. Juice. Whoever's going to be guarding those guys man to man. It's going to be a tough matchup. Those guys can fly. They can run. They can get open for sure. On our side, Terry McLaurin, they got Stephon Gilmore. They got legitimate corners. CJ Henderson, AJ Bouye. They have some good corners. They have some really good corners. And they made trades for CJ Henderson. And they traded for Stephon Gilmore. Their GM or front office is not scared to swing for the fences defensively. They drafted, all defense in the 2020 or 2019 draft. Jeremy Chin, Brian Burns. They've been drafting a lot of defensive guys, just like we have in the past. They've drafted a lot of defensive guys. They got some legitimate. They got Hassan Riddick, another defensive end that can get to the quarterback real quick. He can heat up and get 3 sacks in a game if you let him. So their defense is legit. Offensive line, they got to step up. I have a lot of confidence in offense. I like Cornelius Lucas has been balling all season. Sam Cosmi has been balling all season. Charles Lando has been balling. Eric Flowers has been a baller. Brandon Sheriff has been solid when he's been healthy. And Tyler Larson played well. He was solid against Vita Vea for the most part last week. So I like our offensive line. I have a lot of confidence in their pass rush. Win rate is really good. Wes Schweitzer, got to throw him in the mix too. They've done a good job all season. They've done a solid job. So I have a lot of confidence in those guys. Casey Toohill's got to step up, and Jason Williams has to step up. Now, let's look at the tail of the tape, some numbers that I pulled up. The Panthers have had eight starting offensive line combinations. They have a lot of injuries that have happened throughout the season. They have 4 offensive linemen on injury reserve. They have given up a league worst 53 hurries. Their quarterback has been hurried 53 times. Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker included. A league worst 53 hurries. They have given up a third worst in the NFL, 111 pressures. So if we can get to the quarterback, we're going to have to, without Chase Young, without Montez Sweat. And honestly, I'm not going to say we're going to be better without those guys, but there's just some sort of disconnect with Chase Young and Montez Sweat and the coaching staff. I'm not going to speculate on that either, but the maturity thing that Ron Rivera brought up continuously, I think some of it is, excuse me, about Chase Young. It is. And I really had no problems with what Chase Young said in the interview or the press conference about it's a job, it is what it is. I get what he's saying. He's young, he's 22, he's having a rough season, not having the season that he's really wanted to have, 1.5 sacks. So I'm not one of the people that are killing him for what he said. He's growing up. He's still a young man. He's got a lot of learning to do. He's having a rough season, a sophomore slump, and I think he will bounce back when he comes back from the ACL. So, but I do think this forces Jack Del Rio to be more creative, to call some more blitz packages, to call some more stunts, some more overload blitzes. I think this will force Jack Del Rio to be more creative. And Casey Toohill and James Smith-Williams, Shaka Tony, they got to step up. They probably will buy into whatever the coaches are saying. They're not going to, have any discrepancies or disagreements. They're just going to do their jobs and do whatever they're told to do. Not saying that Chase Young didn't do that, but there obviously was some type of, Ron Rivera calling out Chase Young in the article with Michael Silver, and then Ron Rivera felt the need to bring it up again in the press conferences to the media. So there was some type of disconnect. Like I said, Jack Del Rio was locked in against Tom Brady. We'll see if he can bring that fire again. Red zone defense. Carolina's ranked 30th in the NFL, giving up 73% in the red zone. The thing is, you have to get to the red zone. But when you do get there, they give up touchdowns. Our red zone offense is trash. We're 31st. Scoring on 46%. We're terrible in the red zone. We already know that. That Packers game was just atrocious. Rush yards per game allowed, they're ranked 12th. That's where we got to get them running the football. When they lost to Dallas, Zeke had 140 yards rushing. When they lost to the Vikings, Dalvin Cook had 140 yards rushing. It's going to be hard to do, but it's doable. It's capable. Scott Turner has to stick to the run game. The Panthers are second in the NFL in drops. Robbie Anderson leads the league in drops, 7 drops. So if you just tiptoe around him, he hears those footsteps, he will drop the football. DJ Moore is third in the league with 5 drops as well. So we got to be physical with their wide receivers. Very physical. William Jackson's got to step up. Kendall Fuller's got to step up. Landon Collins, Bobby McCain, and Cameron Curl. They got to be physical. Just like Jalen Darden, try to punch the ball out like Cam Curl did in that first play. And we got the interception on that first drive against Tom Brady. Turnover battle. That's going to be another big key. Got to win the turnover battle, man. Carolina, they're ranked 28th in turnover differential, -5. We're ranked 23rd, which is not great either. But when they lose, that's when they lose the turnover battles. When we win games, that's how we beat the Buccaneers. We won the turnover battle. So that's what we got to do. And penalties, they are very bad with penalties. They have 74 penalties so far. We have 40. We've actually done a really good job with not getting penalized. So I do have to give us some credit with that. We don't get penalized a lot. So let's get to the keys to victory. I already said turnover battle, establish a run game. That's how we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers running the football. Scott Turner was not scared and did not shy away from the run game, kept running the football, even though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a legitimate run defense. We just kept running the football. Even we didn't get home run plays, it worked, and we got first downs. We got third and shorts, fourth and shorts. It really helped out. Interior pressure is another key for me. John Allen's got to step up. Deron Payne's got to step up. And Chase Young and Montez Sweat's absence, we're going to need Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle. John Allen has had a Pro Bowl season. The way he got to Tom Brady, let's see if he can do the same thing and get to Cam Newton and force him in bad throws. We got to keep Cam Newton in the pocket, force Cam Newton to throw the football. You know, he hasn't played football since the preseason. And last year, he didn't throw the ball well with the Patriots. Didn't work out. 8 touchdowns, 10 picks. You know, he's not a guy who's going to be gunslinging throwing the ball downfield. He's going to be doing a lot of intermediate, short throws. Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. He's not a gunslinger. He's not going to be throwing for 300, 400 yards. It's just not his game right now. He want to dink and dunk and run the football. So limit big plays, force him into those tight throws, and limit big plays. So that's what we need. We got to keep him in the pocket, keep him contained. Cam can run the ball. He can run the ball. So be aware of that. We got to have a strong start. Like I said, stop the run. Stop Christian McCaffrey, Chuba Hubbard, Amir Abdullah. They got some good running backs. Strong start. Start fast. Cannot start down. We had a good, strong start against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's how we won that football game, because we started out so strong. We're not good on first drives. I understand that. We might not get a touchdown, but at least score the field goal, get a couple field goals, build up a lead. Time of possession. Got to win the time of possession. We did a great job with time of possession, keeping the ball out of Tom Brady's hands, keeping the ball out of Cam Newton's hands, keeping the ball out of Christian McCaffrey's hands. That 10-play, 10-minute drive or 11-minute drive, whatever we did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that last drive, I don't know if we're going to be able to replicate something like that again, because that was a historical drive, but if we can put something together like that again and get a touchdown, that's going to be a formula to winning the game. So, as I always say, third and fourth down decision-making. Ron Rivera, you got to make a decision whether you're going to take the points or go for it on fourth down. You got to have a good feel of the game. Riverboat Ron. He did a great job with this against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We did go for it on 4th and 3. We did convert. Some of it's on Scott Turner on the play calling as well. But you got to know the room. Joey Sly, he played for the Panthers as well. Sly guy. We're going to be relying on him a good amount of times in this game. Extra points, field goals. You got to know if it's a 45-yard field goal and it's 4th and 3, I personally would just take the field goal. I would take the points. That's the way I'm thinking that this game is going to be a grind it out, gut it out game. I don't see it being a high-scoring game. So it's going to come down to field goals. We're going to have to take the points, in my opinion. Joey Sly, he's trustworthy for the moment. I'm not saying he's the best guy in the world, but he's certainly a major upgrade over Chris Blewett. Not going to jinx him, but he's doing a good job. He made all his kicks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that was huge. That was huge by Joey Sly. Taylor Heineke, be yourself. If you got to run, go ahead and run. They're going to be blitzing you a lot. Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns, they're going to be coming after you. If Brian Burns does play, he had the ankle injury with Mac Jones, whatever he did to his ankle. I thought that was a dirty play, but, we'll see if Brian Burns does play. I think he is going to play. He was not on the injury report. Taylor, be yourself. Get the ball out quick. The connection that he has with DeAndre Carter, the connection that he has with Terry McLaurin, he's starting to gain a connection with Adam Humphries. Trust your guys. Be yourself. If you have to run. Don't, we know you don't have the biggest strong arm strength, but don't force it. Don't force it. They got a lot of good corners. They got good safeties. Don't force it. But if you can run and make something shake with your legs, go ahead and do it. Be yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to play that NFL street, just unscripted football. That's what he does best. And like I said, the other guys got to step up. DeAndre Carter's got to step up. Adam Humphries. Once again, Jaden McKissick, got to get him the football, throwing the ball out of the backfield. Antonio Gibson's got to step up. I want to see Jared Patterson get a lot of carries too. I want to see that guy get a lot of carries. So it's going to come down to special teams too. Trustway, I got a feeling he's going to have to punt a couple times. We're going to have to win the field position battle as well. So it's going to come down to special teams, running the football, and tough defense. Got to communicate, be on the same page. Like I said, Bobby McCain is getting better. He's playing better. Talk trash to the media, but he's playing better. He is. Kendall Fuller's playing better, even though he got beat last week. Kendall Fuller's playing better. John Allen is really, really stepping up. And Landon Collins is playing better as well since he's been moved to linebacker. So, like I said, we got a tough task for Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and all those guys. We got a tough task. But like I said, Cam Newton is not a guy that's going to be gunslinging and throwing the ball over the football field. I just don't see it from him. But he is going to be a tough task. It is definitely an upgrade over Sam Darnold for sure. Now, did I want Cam Newton in D.C.? Personally, I didn't really care. I knew if he came here, maybe we could win some games, but our defense has been so awful this year to the point where whoever the quarterback was, it didn't really matter. But Hey, playoff push. I'm not going to bring up playoffs. I know we're still mathematically in it to get that 7th seed. We'll see what happens. Let's take it one game at a time. One game at a time. I'm not going to talk playoffs. The P word just yet. I know a lot of people getting hyped because we beat Tampa Bay. We got to go on a run. We're still 3-6. Still have a long way to go, even to get that 7th seed to make the wild card. So we'll see. But let's get to the prediction here. It's gonna be a tough game, man. It's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be tough to win in Carolina. It is, and just because we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers does not make me a believer in this team. We still had some stinkers. The Broncos game was awful. The Chiefs game was awful. I thought that was actually a winnable game. The Saints game was awful. I thought that was a winnable game. We lost a lot of games that we should have won, and there's some games that we actually won that we easily could have lost. The Falcons game, the Giants game. So, am I really sold on this team making a playoff push, winning a whole bunch of games in a row? The jury is out on that. Like I said, the coaching staff has not made me a believer yet either. Ron Rivera had some awful games, awful decision making. Jack Del Rio has been bad at times. Scott Turner has been soft at times. So, not much of a believer just yet in this team, but I like what I saw last week, and I do like Taylor Heinicke. I am a Taylor Heinicke supporter. I am a Taylor Heinicke fan. Is he the number one quarterback of the future? Who knows? Most likely not, but I like what I see from him. The guy can ball and he can play. I do have us losing this game. I know a lot of people are going to get mad and kill me for this. Y'all know what happened last year. Every time I said we lost, we won, and I'm not doing that this time. Even though this is a coin flip game, I do see us winning this game. We're 3.5-point underdogs. We can easily win this game. We can easily win this game. We really should, in my opinion, win this game. I really think we should win this game. The Panthers are a tough team, though. They have a legitimate defense. Stephon Gilmore and them guys, they can play and they can get to the quarterback. So I'm not going to say we should win this game, but this is a winnable game. It really is a winnable game. I have us losing 20-17 or 23-20. I have us losing by a field goal. I just have a feeling we're going to bite ourselves or shoot ourselves in the foot. We fumbled a couple times last week. Dax Milne with a terrible fumble. John Bates almost fumbled. Just got a bad feeling. I don't want to speak that into the air, into existence. I got a bad feeling we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot in the beginning of the game. Like I said, DeAndre Carter has been balling. He's got to keep it up with special teams and run the football, the reverses and stuff like that, trick plays. I don't care if we do that either. But I got a weird feeling about this one. The Panthers are no slouch, but we can beat Cam. Like I said, Cam Newton is not that guy. He's not that guy from 2015 anymore. He's just not. So it's a winnable game. But you guys let me know what you guys think. 23-20. I think what happens is Christian McCaffrey, we're winning the game 20-16. Christian McCaffrey catches a pass out of the backfield and he goes into the end zone as 23-20. We get the ball last with about 50 seconds left. We're going to have to tie it up and we just can't convert. They get a stop. Taylor Heinicke throws an interception to seal the game. And the Carolina Panthers win 23-20. We are 3-7 after this. So we'll see. You already know I'm always rooting for us to win. So even if I pick us to lose, that's just how I feel about the game. If y'all want to kill me, it is what it is on it. But hail to the football team. Peace. Everybody have a good weekend.